Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, we are going to have some fun. And this video, I'm going to go for about an hour and a half. And if I don't get everything in an hour and a half, I'll make a part 2, okay? Because we're going to be, well, I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, we're making this, and I love it. Look how vintage this looks. Doesn't this look beautiful? So it's a pocket made out of an envelope. So I took those white envelopes that everyone has been getting from Hobby Lobby on clearance, and they clearanced them at the beginning of the year too. And you don't have to use their envelopes; you can use any envelope you want. Okay, guys. And I made them into pockets. But what's special to me about the ones I made is I coffee dyed it first. Okay, and how I coffee dye is so simple. Okay, I get a spray bottle from Dollar Tree. I go in the kitchen section and I get the instant coffee and write this down. The recipe to make your coffee in a sprayer is 3/4 cup of coffee, 1 cup of water. Now, if you think it's too dark, you can add a little bit more water to lighten it up. I think it's perfect. I love it. And then just pour in a little bit of alcohol. I don't know how much. Just, drip some alcohol in there. And that acts as a preservative. So you can keep this on your craft desk and it won't spoil. So what I do is I get like a big cookie sheet and spread out all of your envelopes and anything else you want to spray, and then just spray it. Turn them over, spray the other side. It's so quick. It's the quickest way I've ever coffee dyed, and I love it. Okay. Also, if you just want to do some quick coffee dyeing at your craft desk, then you always can do it at any time. So, all right. So that's how I did that. Oh, I just had some coffee spill out. Just a second. Just had some spillage. All right. So I first did that. So both sides are coffee dyed. Look how beautiful the coffee dyeing is. Isn't that gorgeous? Next, what I did, let me just take I'm going to take my little bow off of here so I can put it back on, is I have a stamp, a postage stamp. The picture, this is how old this is. I've had this probably 10 years. I love this postal stamp. It's here it is here. I bought this a long time ago at Joann's. I just love it. It's one of my favorite stamps. And it stamped out kind of light, but I liked it because it made it look more vintage. So if you can see it, yeah, you guys can see it. Isn't that fabulous? So I did that. Now, if you don't have this postage stamp or postal stamp, do something else. Whatever you have. If you have a really cool quote, use that. If you have whatever, do what you have in your stash. Another thing I did is see this number right here. Isn't that so cool? I love stuff like that. I have a stamp, and it better be right here because I want to use it again today. You can never find what you're looking for, or here it is. It was in a Tim Holtz thing, of course. Always the coolest stuff is Tim Holtz. See this little stamp? Isn't that fabulous? So I did that and did that right here on the corner because I just love numbers like that. I just think it looks so cool, especially in that font. Then, see this right here? This is what I'm going to show you how to make this envelope, how to set this envelope up so it looks like a pocket. I'll show you. It's simple, but I'll still show that. Then I made some handmade postage stamps. Look at that. We're going to learn how to make these postage stamps today. So we're going to make those. Then on the back, I split this open here for the pocket so we can put everything in there. But I split it open nicely with like how you take a knife and you open up an envelope. So back here, this is where it originally was folded, right? So right where the fold was, I put the wax seal. Isn't that cool? Let me see if I can get close enough so you can see the design. I love it. So that's the wax seal here, and I'm going to show you how to make wax seals. So you're going to learn how to make everything in here. And then I have a bunch of tags, and we'll just go over them real quick. Fabulous. I found this in a book, these ladies. I thought they just looked so cool. So I just did some layering of papers and just made a little, this is almost just like a version of a, what do you call those? Cabinet cards. Doesn't it look like a cabinet card? another style of a cabinet card. I'm going to show you another cabinet card I made. Well, let me just show you right now. I made a cabinet card to go into the one we're going to work on today. I love these little girls, these little black girls from like Victorian times. Aren't they precious? I use them in almost every junk journal I make, but they are just so precious. So I made this cabinet card. Now, the only thing I need to add to this is I was looking at cabinet cards, like old ones, and they always have like the name of the company. So I might name this Bell Company, and then what city and state they're in. And I might do Bell Company, Paris, France, and do it in a real pretty fancy font, and do it on and make like a little tag, and then I'll put that on here. So I still have to do that part though of that. Okay, so let's continue on to see what tags I have that are in here. And then I have just some Tim Holtz tags, which I love. Are these Tim Holtz? No, these aren't Tim Holtz. This is something. No, these are Tim Holtz, I believe. Okay, let's just call these Tim Holtz. But, you know, these are fabulous. Here's another one. These are always just so fabulous to have. And then button cards. Aren't these so cool? So easy to make. And if we have time, I'll show you how I made the button card too. Okay. And then also this. Made just out of book pages. You guys, these are so fun to make. I love these. And I've been putting my button in here. So, let's just put all this stuff back in here. And we're going to get started. We're going to start out with making... There we go. We're going to start out with making... Don't want to put this in the back. The stamps. The postage stamps. So I'm going to show you that first. Okay. And let me show you, let me show you some postage stamps. I made some yesterday. I have a bunch made, and I cannot believe I have misplaced my postage stamps. And I usually always have them right in front of me. They're probably still right in front of me, and I just don't know where they're at. So anyway, I had fun at my desk yesterday. So I'm going to show you. Don't these look like real little postage stamps? Like the coolest Tim Holtzy looking ones you could ever have. So we're going to make some here today. And see how it has that little perforated edge? I'm going to show you how to do that little perforated edge too. So those are the stamps that I made. And I like to keep those in these. Just to show you how I like to organize them. That's tags. Alright, where is it? I have it labeled postage stamps, if I can find it. Okay, these right here are fabulous. And I just labeled it postage stamp right there. But these right here, you get these 3 of them for $1.25 at Dollar Tree. I would pick these up. These can also store like your 8.5 by 11 printables. So I would get those if I was you. Whenever you see them. They don't have them all the time, so pick up maybe 4 or 5 packs of them. If you pick up 5 packs, you'll have 15 because 3 come in a pack. So it'll be a good deal because you always need stuff like that. If you're doing junk journaling and art journaling and paper crafting and all that, you need those dividers. Okay, oh, also, when we get to it, I'll just show you. Let me show you these right now before, and we'll get started on the stamps. Remember, we're going to do some wax seals today too. And this is so appropriate because, again, Hobby Lobby is clearancing out a whole bunch of their stuff for the wax seals. And I've heard so many people say, I got to watch a video on how to make these wax seals. So I'm going to show you guys how we're going to make some wax seals in this video also. So I'm just showing you some ones that I've already made. You can also make wax seals, you guys, out of clay, the oven baked clay. Just search that on my video if you want to see. I've made a video about that already. But I'm going to show you how to make some wax seals today. For those of you who don't know how to make them, and if you do, you can just have me playing in the background. Isn't that fabulous? Okay. So we'll get to those shortly. All right, so let's start with making the postage stamp. So what you need to do is get yourself, cut up a bunch of, what is this? Is this 1.5 inches? I think it's 1.5 inches. I like to make my stamps on the bigger side instead of the smaller side. You do what you want, but you saw how it looks. It has a nicer effect, in my opinion. So, slice yourself up a bunch of 1.5 inch strips of book page. You could use book page, you could use music note paper, whatever you want to use. And the reason I like to use a book page or something that has print on it, just seeing if, there we go. The reason I like to use something that has print on it so that I don't have to cover every single little bit. Like if I leave a little piece undone, there's book page under there, so it just blends all together. Okay, so I have all these. I also cut strips like this to make my little small little mini books, which was a really successful video. I didn't think so many people would like those little mini books. If you want to learn how to make little mini books out of these strips also, again, put in the search bar in my on my YouTube channel, mini books, and you'll see that video. Okay, so I want to make 2 different kinds because I want to show you how to make ones that are more like shabby chic, like vintage / shabby chic, and then I want to show you how to make some that are just grunge. Okay, so we'll make 2 sets of these. So let's start. We need my glue stick. I'm going to just use a book page to glue on here so that we don't get glue everywhere, and I need a glue stick. Oh, I want to show you guys something. Okay, somebody told me that the Jot glue sticks were good, like really good, like good as any of the good ones. And so this is the Jot glue stick. You get 8 in a pack. So I was thinking, if this works good, I'm going to go back and pick up like a lot. And you guys, it works good. Now, whenever I use, even when I use this one, I have it, the Yoo-Hoo. I always go over, I always do like at least 3 strokes because, you know, drying time, it can dry very quickly. And just to make sure, I even do that with my Yoo-Hoo. Okay. All right. Let's get started. Let me just find some pieces here. Perfect. Actually, let me just cut the white edge off of here. So, what you want to get is you want to go to your scrap box and grab a bunch of scraps. Whenever I do a video, I always say, you guys save these little scraps. Little stuff like this. You want to save these to do stuff like I'm doing right now. So save them. And this is the other thing. You can go beyond the, you know, above or out from here, and then just cut your edges out after you're done doing it all. In this way, you don't have the stress of trying to line everything up evenly. So this is what I'm talking about. See, I just went over the edge a little bit. That's fine. Go over the edge a little bit and then trim afterwards. It makes it a lot easier. Okay, what else do I got? Let's do this. Beautiful. So you're just taking your scraps and this is what I suggest. Choose the scraps that go together for what you like, the kind of junk journals you like to make, or if you do art journaling and you want to use stamps in that. So just use your colors that you like and have them all made up so you're ready to go. And you can put stamps on anything. You don't just have to put them on a you don't have to just put them on a don't want to put that there. Oh yeah. You don't just have to put them on a letter. You can put stamps on anything. You can put them in the corner of a tag. You can put them on a page. You can do anything. You can do whatever you want to do. See how cool that's looking? Strips like this also can be, especially if you just cut this in half, can be washi tape also. So the same way you're making this, you make washi tape. But instead of cutting them out into squares, what you might want to do is just slice this in half, and then you got washi tape. Handmade washi tape. Okay, so I love this. So we'll put this right here. And don't do too, you don't have to do super small pieces, but do a little bit smaller pieces, and the reason I say that is so that you can, so when you cut these into 1.5 little squares, which are the shape of stamps, then you'll get a whole bunch of difference. You want a whole bunch of different type of pieces, right? You don't want it to be all the same, so. Like, that's kind of a long piece right there, but that's fine. That's fine. Ooh, look at this map. I love this. This is why you want to keep your little pieces, so you can do stuff like this. So you can make stamps, you can make your own washi tape. And I love the idea of making your own washi tape because then it matches like your style of junk journaling or art journaling or card making, whatever you do. Whatever you do. Okay, just a second. There we go. All right, let me kind of come in here. Perfect. I needed some floral type of stuff. That, and then put that there. So I'm really excited about this. Someone tell me about this Jot glue. Now they do have packs of $4.25, but they have packs of 8, and I think the packs of 8 is because of back to school. I don't know if they always have packs of 8 or not, but I got to get myself back over to Dollar Tree today or tomorrow and pick up, like I said, I'm going to pick up like 6 of them. And I'll have my glue for the rest of the year, which I'm excited about. We'll put this one right there, because your glues can, you know, they're not super expensive, but they're not cheap. So, and we use a lot of glue with junk journaling. So. With all of our crafting, we use a lot of glue and a lot of glue sticks. All right, we don't need that. All right, so we have this one. Okay, let me just show you what it looks like. All right, and then let's just trim this up really quickly. So since we went over the edges, I'm just trimming this up nice and even. Okay. Perfect. See, now we have our perfect little strip that will slice up into 1.5 inches. So it'll be 1.5 by 1.5, okay? And that'll be the size of our stamps. Let me get a baby wipe out. I always like to, when I've trimmed up something that has a little bit of glue, that could have some wet glue on it, I like to take my scissors right away and clean those off just to make sure. And also have a baby wipe for my hands. Okay, so let's do another one, because this one is going to be, remember I told you, let's make grungy ones, and let's also make grunge and then shabby chic. So this is going to be more of a one that's going to be grunge. Okay. and I'll show you how to make both, because I do both. I mean, I love grunge and I love vintage and I love shabby chic. So this will be the grungy type of one here. And this is just a fun afternoon, just to sit and make stamps one afternoon. So you have a nice little stockpile of stamps for your projects. See how much glue I'm putting on? That's just my advice. That's my suggestion. Let's do some music notes. I'm going to do another piece of this map. Okay. Ooh, this is nice. Love that. Do some of this. Okay. What else do we got over here? What else do we got? Yeah, in fact, that makes me nervous that I haven't gotten it back over. I bought these glue sticks about a week ago, so I got to get my butt back over to Dollar Tree, because school's going to be here in Las Vegas. School's going to be back in session pretty soon, so I need to get myself back over there and get myself some of these glue sticks, especially the ones that are 8 for $1. That's a good deal. Okay. And this right here looks good. Okay. Oh, I got one more little piece to put down here. Let's just do it like this. Put this in there. There we go. Okay. Good with that. Now what we need to do is trim. Let me put all this. I have a nice big stockpile of above me full of my scrap papers. I love scraps. I love scraps more than I like a new pad of paper. I love the idea of making something from scraps. I just think that's just think it's so cool. Okay. Let's trim this up. What did I do with... Oh my gosh. What did I just do? I was cleaning up and I just got rid of my strip that I just made. What did I just do with it? Here it is. Oh my god. When I was cleaning up my strips, my scraps, I threw that in there. Like, what am I doing? Okay, so let's trim this up. So we went over the edge just a little bit everywhere. And that looks good. Okay, make sure you just clean up those scissors. Don't want no glue on your scissors. All right. So the next thing, we want these 1.5 by 1.5 inches, right? So let's trim these up. I'm gonna take my paper slicer. If you don't have a paper slicer, you can just measure them out 1.5 inches. But this is how I cut my paper strips. This is how I cut my paper strips, is with my paper slicer, and then also how I'm doing my stamps. So if you don't have a paper slicer, this is something I would invest in, is a paper slicer. You will love it. All right, so let's just cut these all 1.5 inches. One and a half. Now your last one will be a little bit shorter than 1.5, but you can still just use that one the way it is. Perfect. But I need to just trim this just a tad bit to make it a little straighter. There we go. All right, so we have all of these, and then that's our pile of more vintagey, shabby chic ones, and then this is going to be our grungy ones. Okay. And for the grungy ones, I'm going to have to pull out, I have some Timos Distress ink I love using when I do the grungy ones. I like to use aged mahogany and the rust colored what do you call them? Distress oxides or distress inks. I guess Timos doesn't make distress ink anymore. He only makes distress oxides. So I guess he doesn't make, because they're both the same, except for just instead of distress with the oxides, it shows an oxidation and the distress. So it's really cool. Okay, so now we have our pile of ones that we're going to make into grungy ones. Okay, so I have 2 piles. All right, so the first one that we're going to do, let me just put this in here so I make sure I put that bow back on here. Okay, so the first one that we're going to do is the more vintage / shabby chic, okay? I just want to see which one I want to make. Oh, I like this one. Let's do this one. I like them all, but or should I do this one? Let's do this one. Okay. So the first thing I like to do is I want to get that perforated edge on here. Just make sure this is even to begin with. All right, I like to get that perforated looking edge, and you do that with a pair of thinning shears. I got these thinning shears for what, $1.75 at Daiso, because everything's $1.75. Well, not everything, but that's their lowest price, $1.75 now. So that's where I got these. Okay, and when you use these, one side is like has a straight edge, and one side is this edge. Make sure that this perforated edge is at the top. You're not cutting with the straight edge first. And I go right into the very crux of the scissors and go down from there. So line it up right in the crux, and you're just hitting the edges. The reason I'm saying all that, because I kind of had to work with these scissors, and I cut and then I pull out. Okay, I cut just right on the edge and pull out. All right, at least that's how I have to do it with these ones. And look at that perforated edge. Isn't that cool, you guys? Love it. And that's what really makes it look like a stamp, right? Okay, so next, we need, of course, ink edges. So let's take our, I'm just taking a dark brown. This one's called Versify. It's the pine cone. Whatever you have. You can also use, you know, vintage photo, walnut stain on distress inks to do this. But you know why I like these better? These are like, these are permanent inks and they dry pretty instantly. When you ink your edges with the distress inks, they take a little bit longer to dry and they kind of get all over your hands and over other things. But if that's what you have, that's what you have. And it'll still work out good with that. But that's why I like to, when I do my edges, I like to use this. Okay, so let me show you. So now this is what we have. Okay. All right, so let me see where I want to put my stamp at. I think I want to put that up there. Okay. And then what I want to do is I'm going to show you different things you can use. This is a postage stamp right here. So get out any of your postage stamps. Now let's suppose you don't have any postage stamps. Well, here's another one. Okay. To just make it look very postal. Here's another one. You can't totally see it, but that's another postage stamp right there. Okay, I'll have it on this block. But let's suppose you don't have oh, here's another postage stamp. Look how cool that is. So I always collect these whenever I see postage stamps, especially if I can get them on clearance, I purchase them. But even if I can't get them on clearance, I get them because I love postage stamps, calligraphy pens, all that kind of stuff. But let's suppose you don't have that. Just use anything small that you have that you can just stamp like up in the corner. Like, look, this crown would be awesome, okay? This little bee would be really cool. So I just pulled some of these. This is like a little sewing spool type of thing. That would be cool. So little things like that would work too. So I did pull some of these things just to show you that you could do that. So we're going to use this one. Okay. I'm going to use my dark brown ink pad. I have another dark brown ink pad. Don't want to use that one. I'll use this one. And you can use brown, or I'm really loving, especially for things that are more vintage or shabby chic, I like using a dark brown. Hold it for just a second. Fabulous. Look how that makes it look like a stamp. And then I like to just maybe add a little something else to it. And I think I'm going to add this. See this? I love this stamp. Love it. Love it. So let's add this down at the bottom. Fabulous. Look how cool that looks. Isn't that neat? Doesn't that look so vintagey? Is vintagey a word? Love it. Okay, so we made that one. Now let's make one that's more grungy. I'm going to pause you guys for a second because I got to pull some of my distress inks. Oh, you guys, I didn't show you how, let me show you the ones that are more vintage, shabby chic looking. I didn't show you how they look individually. And then I'll spend the rest of the afternoon and I'll be just doing the rest of these. So I have a nice little stockpile of stamps. And then here are the ones that are for the more of like the grunge. I'm going to do that one. I love this one too. Look at that with the little calligraphy nib right there. Love it. So look how cool they are. And we haven't even done everything to them yet. And they're just so cool. Do I want to do that one or this one? I think I want to do that one. Okay. I always change my mind. Okay, so the first step again, let me make sure my camera's going. Yeah. The first step again is to take my thinning shears and just hit those, just cut the end, the edge, not the end, the edge. So now we have that little perforated edge, right? All the way around. Now on a real stamp, I think you only have the perforated edge here and here, because that's where you pull it off on your book. But I just think it adds to it to go all the way around. So that's what I do. So it's up to you. Okay, now what we want to do, let's stamp this next. Let me use a different stamp. Let's use this one. This postage stamp. We'll use that one. I have a bunch of little clear blocks. I need to find those. Where are they? I bought a bunch of like little blocks like this over. I wouldn't mind using that instead of this for my nails get all inked out. Okay, anyway, let me stop complaining. Okay, there we go. Let's put this right in the corner. Hold it for just a second. Let the ink make its way into the paper. Fabulous. Look at that. And then I just want to add a little bit of this, the edge of this calligraphy pen. I should have pulled it. I have a little small one that's just the calligraphy nib instead of the whole pen. And I have another calligraphy pen like this. I love these. I totally collect, whenever I see stamps that are calligraphy pens or calligraphy nibs, I buy them. I love it. There we go. Look how cool that looks. So just get your stamps out and you can play, okay? And then this will also just show you, like, you know, when you see these postage stamps, if you see calligraphy nibs, any of that kind of vintagey stuff, whenever you see it, especially if it's on clearance or on sale, pick it up. And if you really like it, to me, that's something worth spending a little bit of money on if you have to. Even though I'm cheap as chips and I usually try to get everything on sale or clearance. Okay. So here we are with this. Now, to make this grungier, to take this just out of the vintage realm, let's grunge it up. So, here's vintage. I'm going to use some vintage photo, okay? And that's the first one I'm going to use. And this is just to get the grunginess of it going. It's like instant grunge, that vintage photo. Now, I could either use Rusty Hinges or I could use Aged Mahogany. And I think I'm going to use the Rusty Hinges. I might use the Aged Mahogany also. We'll see. I love Rusty Hinges. Ooh, I love that. Okay, look at that. That's that Rusty Hinges. Isn't that fabulous? And you know what I think I might do? I might use a little Aged Mahogany. So that's what Rusty Hinges looks like. They have all of these, even like the good ones, like Rusty Hinges, Vintage Photo. They have these on clearance for $3 at Hobby Lobby right now. So if you can get in on those, it's a great deal. I think they have the Aged Mahogany too. That's another good one. Antique Linen is another good one. And Walnut Stain is another good one. These are all like the ones make sure you have in your stash, especially when they're going to clearance them out for $3. They're regularly like, I think $5 or $6. I think they're $6 or $7. Who knows? Because the prices have just, don't even get me started on them prices. Okay, I'm just going to take the aged mahogany and just hit the tip of this at the top. The aged mahogany. There we go. And then we need to go, oh, aren't these fabulous? You get these at Dollar Tree in the makeup section, and they're great for your inks, to doing what you saw me just do. Okay. All right, now we can put these all away. And I keep all of these out pretty much all the time at my desk because they're fabulous. They're like basics that you just, as a junk journaler, art journaler, crafter, you need to have in your stash, in my opinion. Okay, so let's go back down to this one here, where I have a nice dark brown. And just go around the edges. Check it out. Look how nice and grungy that is. Isn't that fabulous? So that's the difference. Let me show you the difference between the two. This is more vintage and shabby chic. And then this is more grunge. Okay? I am obsessed. I love making these. You can just have an afternoon of fun. No stress. Just making little stamps. Okay, so let me clean up for a second. I'm going to pause you, clean up, and I'm going to show you how to next. We're going to make some wax seals, and then we'll put everything together. Okay, and you know we're doing good on time, so I'm looking that we're going to be able to do this in one video. So, all right, let me pause you guys. Let me do a new setup. Okay, you guys, we're back now. I'm all set up for the making the wax seals. Okay, especially for those who've always wanted to know how to make these, we're gonna make them today. Okay, I just want to show you something really quick though before we get started. These, okay, look at $3.99, 99 cents right now, you guys, for the wax. Pick these up, okay? And look at that pretty color, that coppery color. I love it. Look at this. I don't have this color. I picked up 2 of these. Again, 99 cents, regularly $3.99. This is like a pearl. We're going to make this today. This is really pretty. It's like a seafoam color. Again, $3.99. Got them for 99 cents. And then this is another really pretty color. Another like turquoisey color. Like, or, I don't know. Robin's egg blue. That's what I would call this. So, let me just take a couple of these out because I want to, these are the ones we're going to make. Also, they have, let me just put these aside. I'm just taking some of these out so we can make some of these. Just a second. I'm opening up this box. Oh, and let me show you really quickly. They have, see on here, they have like you have to put these through a glue stick. You can just trim off a little bit and you're fine. So you do not have to have that glue gun. And I'm gonna do these. And then this setup here, this is a tea light inside of here. So you just light the tea light, see? And then you put this right over it, okay? And then you have this. And they have this whole setup, not that expensive, like around $6 or $7, maybe at the most $8 at Hobby Lobby. So since you're getting the wax, the wax, and you're getting your wax seals so cheap, like these are 99 cents, these were $1.25. Look at this one. You get this whole thing for $1.25, and that's a key. Isn't that fabulous? And then what else? I got this one at the beginning of the year, I think. Again, for right around $1.25. This one I got beginning of the year for $1.25, and they were clearancing them out. This right here is really cool. It's a whole thing of numbers, which I just love. Now, if you don't have if you don't have those, you do not have to use those. Look at this. This is like a really cool button, and you can use this in the wax, in the and then just pull it out with like a pokey tool. You can also use your stamps, okay? Especially ones that are a little bit more rounded like that. You could even do something like this, okay? So you don't just have to have these, okay? Also, here's a pink one. Isn't that gorgeous? I got this the last clearance also, and this was like $1.25. So pick all this stuff up, even if you have to pay full price, which I had to pay full price for this, but it's worth it because you got all the other stuff already, right? All right, let me finish just opening this up. This is the bronzy, the bronze ones. Okay, so we're gonna do these 3 colors, 4 colors, maybe the pink. No, we're gonna do the pink for sure. In fact, we're gonna do the pink first, but we're gonna look at doing all of those. All right, and I'm doing it on a glass mat. If you don't have a glass mat, get yourself out like a little, you know what you want to, Dollar Tree has little glass trivets. Pick up one from there. Anything that's, that can handle some heat, okay? Okay, let me make sure of something really quickly. All right. All right, so what you want to do is let's take like, I think 3 or 4 of these. Let's do 3. These are the little ones like this, so you don't even have to, with that, you don't even have to, we'll let that melt. These you don't even have to cut. That's what's kind of nice about these. Also, I have an extra spoon. Let me get the extra spoon that I have. Hopefully it's in this. Yeah, it's in here. So that when one is drying, I can do another one right away. I can run 2 colors at a time. What happened was I got 2 different setups. For some reason, I can't even remember why. And so I have 2 different spoons. Oh, I know what it was. I bought the spoon by itself, but then I thought, you know what, you really need this thing. And so then I bought this thing and it came with a spoon. So that's why I ended up with 2 spoons. But it's perfect because then I can just be melting 2 different colors before I have to wipe it out, unless you want to marbleize the colors. So, but it's up to you. All right, so we're waiting for that to melt. Won't take too much longer. And you know what? I'm kind of seeing right now that we need 4. So let's do 4. And which one of these are we going to do? Let's do the key, because I've been wanting, I just got this one a couple days, when did I go to Hobby Lobby? A couple days ago? Yeah, so let's do this one. Okay, just waiting for this to melt. Come on, melt. It's almost there. It was actually already melted, but then I added that that 4th one in. You know, while that's melting, let's cut some of these up. So I think about right there is what we'll need. You know what scissors work good for this? I think the Tim Holtz scissors. These things are fabulous. I love them. You know what I want is, yeah, the Tim Holtz scissors. If you have Tim Holtz scissors, it cuts it really nice. So let's just cut a few of these in advance while this is melting. I'm trying to think what I was going to say. They have the Tim Holtz scissors half price. Oh, I want to get, there's 2 different sizes I don't have. I don't have the mini ones, and I don't have the ones that are bigger than this. This is the size that's in the middle. Then they have minis and they have a longer one. I don't have the mini or the longer one. But I wouldn't mind getting an extra one of these because this one's old. I had this for like a while, like 6, 7, 8 years. So, you know, I'm probably due to get more to replace these, or just have another one on hand. So I'll get all 3 sizes if I see them, if I'm lucky enough to find them. Okay, so here we go. It's ready. And I said I'm using this one, right? Right. All right, so let's just pour this out right here on my glass mat. There we go. And then you stick it in there right away while it's hot. Okay, and let it dry. You know what I can tell? I can tell that this needs, we might need to do 5 of them. We'll see. Let's just excuse me. Let me pull this out and I can tell you, because sometimes if you don't have enough, it'll be too thin and it'll actually make a hole in it. So we don't want to do that. Yeah, this is probably set up. So let's take this off. There we go. And I want to scrape this up. I have a, what did I use for a scraper last time? Just a second. I have a little tool that I like to use. I might want to use these scissors. Oh, I just hit my camera. That could have been a disaster. Okay. What did I use last time to scrape this up? Let me pause you guys real quick. I have a tool that I can scrape this up with really quickly. Okay, this is how it turned out. And I ended up using this tool to lift it up, and it worked out perfect. But you know what? I like this, but I'd like it to be a little bit thicker. So with these, I would use 5 of them. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just a little bit thicker. And I have bought so much of these or these over the last few years, and they've been clearancing them. I have tons of them. So I need to have a lot more sessions on making these. What's another one we want to do? Well, let's do this one. I just love it. I don't know what the heck that is, but it looks like your you know, like your initials of your last name done in some really fancy lingo. That's what that looks like to me. This looks so vintage. So let's do that next. And I don't know if they have this on clearance this year or not, but if you do, this one is fabulous. It has a bunch of numbers. Pick it up if you see it at Hobby Lobby on clearance. Because the numbers I love the most, it's not really 4. I love the number 3, and I love the number 8. I love the number 7. Oh, here's a 3. Love the number 3. I love 5. I love the number 7. I don't know why I have the number 4 done. It's not one of my favorite numbers. I don't hate the number 4. Okay, this is almost melted. Oh, this is gorgeous though. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? It's like a pearly pink. You know what'd be pretty is to mix this with this. So you can mix 2 different colors together, and you can mix 2 different colors together and get like a marbleized look, which would be really pretty too. Which we'll do some of that. Okay, so this is, that's ready to go. And this time we're going to put this on. And you just drop it on like that, and you let it do its thing. Okay, so while that's going, let's now mix, let's mix the, we'll do 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do some of this. We need to cut this in half because we probably don't need as much of that. There we go. And we'll put this little pearl. So we have the pearl pink and then the pearl, this color here. And we'll let those melt together. And then I want to do that on its own too. So let's cut another piece of that, because I want to see how this looks on its own too, which I think is going to be gorgeous. I think this pearl off-white color would look beautiful on the back of my envelope. On the back of this. I think, see how pretty this would look? This pearl. I don't know, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, let's see if this is set up. It's set up. Ooh, fabulous. And then this tool right here is fabulous. You get these at Dollar Tree, these pokey tools. It's great if you need to put holes in your signatures for your junk journaling. And it's also really good as a pokey tool. I love it. So this is just, there we go. This is fabulous. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? Let me see, you can see the design in there. There we go. I love it. Beautiful. Okay, so this is almost melted here. And what do I want to do? This is a cross, which I love. You know what I want to do? I want to show you something that's not officially one of these type of tools. This is that metal button. It has a Native American head on it, and I just love it. Isn't that fabulous? I think it's fabulous. Okay, is this all melted? Almost. I got to get myself some more tea lights. I only have like, I don't know, 3 or 4 left. Got to make sure I stock up on my tea lights. Okay, I think this is good. So let's pour this out. We'll see how this is looking. And then let's just put this down. Ooh, I didn't get that right. I should have placed that better, but we're probably okay. So we'll let that go. And then if you have to, you can take a little paper towel and clean this out if you don't want that color in there. You want to be more pure about it. Be careful because it's hot. So I'm just gonna take a paper towel and just wipe this out real quick, just to get ourselves a little cleaner, so we get a little more pure color, because I want to do just the plain white. Hopefully I can get all the rest of that out of there. Oh, that's hot. Okay. All right, so we got that out of there. Let's put this down, and I want to do this pearl. We'll see how this works. All right. And then, is this dry yet? Still kind of warm to the touch. We'll let this dry a little bit longer. Just a little bit. And this is melting. Okay. This is good now. So I'm going to take my pokey tool, and there's a little hole in the side because it's a button. I'm going to lift that out. So that's lifted out, and the design is in there. How fabulous, huh? Look how beautiful this is. I absolutely love that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that Native American. It's a Native American face with the headpiece on it. Oh, I absolutely love it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's see about this. Is this all melted yet? Almost. What else do we want to do with this pearl one? Let's do the cross, because we haven't done the cross yet. this beautiful cross right here. I don't know what this is. It has, wait, no, this one's a little leaf. But I have one, oh, I didn't even bring it. I have one that has nothing on it. It's just plain. I think I had something that you could magnetize. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to figure it out. I think this is good. Okay, so now let's do this one. And is it this one we want to do? Yep. And you don't have to press into it. Just put it on top and let the weight of it just go down on it. And it makes it perfect. Okay. I'm going to leave whatever little bit of white's in there. Let's do this color here. I've been wanting to do this color. All right, so we're just waiting for things to take place and dry and do its thing. Is this dry yet? Still a little hot. What you kind of want to do is just touch the wax and wait for the wax to cool down a little bit, and then you can pull it. And then you can pull it. Okay, good. Now take this off. You know what I think I might do, because I got to go back to Hobby Lobby for the clearance, because I want to get some of the Tim Holtz stuff if I can. I'm going to pick up another one of these ovens, because then, especially so when I do, even when I'm making them by myself, but when I'm doing them, I can do 2 at a time. While one's melting, then I'm making one, and then we don't have to wait so long. So you guys, I'll pick up another one of these ovens. You know what I'm going to try to do actually is go to Joann's and Michael's and see if they don't carry this little oven here, so I can use a coupon. I miss the coupons at Hobby Lobby. We all do, I'm sure. Look how beautiful. Isn't that pretty? I love this now. So just not just being white, it's pearl. It's a white pearl. So pretty. Look at all these ones we have over here. Aren't they gorgeous? I love it. Okay, so we have this color. We have this here. I think this is good. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's decide what we're doing. What are we doing? Let's do a number one, like a number 3. So this is the number 3 right here. We're going to do this. Oh, is this an 8? Is this a 3? Yeah. So this one, these screw on. So you screw them. Okay. I don't know if they're clearancing out this number set. It's like 1 through, it was 0 through 9. I don't know if they're clearancing it out this year, but if they are and you like numbers and stuff, definitely get it. I just love numbers. I'm a big fan of numbers, so put that in here like this. Bam. That's going to be a big one. Okay, let's just go, because that color's kind of the same as this one. This one's just a little bit darker. Let's just put that in there. And we'll let this, see how that's going to go. That's a really big one, which I love. Let's look and see if this is going to look good on the back of this envelope. Right here. This right here is where the envelope, see how it, where you lick it and it seals, or where your flap is. See how pretty that looks? I love that on that aged background, coffee stain background. Let's also see how this looks, the pink. See, the pink doesn't look the same. It looks good, but I'm going to probably use this white one. I love that the most. Okay. Hope that's still going. All right, so we're just waiting for a second. Do I have, oh, I haven't done this one yet. I want to do this. I want to do another pearl, so let's cut it. I want to do another pearl color. I want to do another pearl color with this one. With this one. I need to order some of these. I want a Harry Potter set. Temu has a whole bunch of them, and I would love to get some more from Temu. I need to order those. Besides the Hobby Lobby clearance, I mean, nothing's cheaper than $1.25. They don't. I don't. Well, I don't know if theirs are $1.25. I think they're a little more expensive. I think they're like $2.50, which is still a good deal. So $1.25, you guys, this is crazy. Oh, and they have other ones that I didn't get. They have one that says thank you. I want to get that one. They have one that says one that's a, what else? There's some other ones I want. A sunflower. Also, there was a few of them that I want. So there's 3 more I want. So the Hobby Lobby I went to, they only had, what did I get recently? This one? No, not the cross. I got the key. And did I get another one, or did I just get the key? Oh, and I got the leaf. Look how small that one is. But there's some others that I want, so. Okay, so let's take this off. Perfect. And then let's, there's my pokey tool. It's like, where's my pokey tool? Oh, see this, okay. This is what happened with this one. This happens sometimes, and I'm not even sure why. Because this, there was a lot of, well, maybe it wasn't, oh, it wasn't dry all the way. That's why. All right, see, look it. I'm just going to show you guys. See? And then this part was left here in the middle. Oh, actually, what happened was this got really thin in the middle. Huh. All right. And I think also it's so soft, it could have used more time drying. All right, we'll do it again. Sometimes that happens. So don't push too much as far as the drying time. Let it really sit there and dry. Let's do, I'm going to do the key again on this one. Okay, and then, what else did I want to do? All right, we want to clean this out. So I have a garbage can over here. I'm just pouring the excess out into the garbage. Just a second. Be careful though, because it's hot wax you're dealing with. And I'm going to clean this out with a paper towel, okay? Be careful that you don't burn yourself. Okay, because it is hot wax. All right. There we go. Let's do this let's do this color. I haven't done that yet. We'll let that melt. We'll let this cool down. Yeah, for sure I'm going to get myself another one of these. I'm going to Hobby Lobby tomorrow morning because the Hobby Lobby by my house has not started the 75% off clearance or the 50% off Tim Holtz stuff, but the 75% clearance, they haven't started it at all. My store that's by my house, which is like 2 minutes, they're the worst, okay, with getting to the clearance. But there's one that's 20 minutes from my house, and I just did a haul video, so if you guys want to check that out, I just did a haul video, the 75% off Hobby Lobby craft clearance, and go check that video out. It's a video before this, and they had just tons of great stuff. I had missed out on the Tim Holtz stuff, but they had tons of everything else. But the one by my house, at least I know that they haven't done it yet, so I can be the true stalker that I am and go check morning and evening. I check in the morning and then I check in the evening. Because that Tim Holtz stuff is hard to get, you guys. Twice I've gotten it where I got there and I think I missed out on most of the Tim Holtz last year when I did it. But the year before that, I got there and the guy was marking stuff down, and he hadn't got to the Tim Holtz stuff. And I had gone for like 3 days straight, and he just was so slow. So I know the manager, and I said, when do you guys think you guys will get to the Tim Holtz stuff? I know he's doing the marking. She goes, he can do it right now. I go, what? This happened to me twice. And so he goes, what do you want? And I showed him the stuff I wanted. He goes, all right. He marked it down, do it in my basket. Marked it down, do it. That's the way to do it. Or if you go there and they, letting this all cool down and letting this melt. If you go there and they're marking it down, if you can, just wait. Just wait, because now you know that they're doing it right now. If you come back in an hour, this stuff's probably going to be gone. You guys know. I'm not saying anything you don't know. This stuff's in high demand. All right, so I think this is good. Take this out. Ooh, I almost lifted up my whole glass mat. Okay, why isn't this coming up? Oh, geez, that was rough. All right, I'm gonna let this just cool down a little bit more. It's still a little warm, and then we'll lift it off with our thing. Okay, what is this doing? All right, so what are we gonna do next? We just did that key. You know what I want to see? I want to see the Native American headdress with this color. I think that'll be really cool. And then let's see, what are we going to do next? You know what'd be pretty is to mix this and this together. Let's try that. So we got a little piece of this and a piece of that. I think that could be really pretty. Let's mix those two together and let's see, is this cooled off yet? I need to make another one with a number, so we'll do that too. Yeah, this is cooled off, I believe. I'll show you. I pretty much just use the pokey tool part just to lift it up a little bit to get underneath. And once I get underneath, I just use the top of that and just lift, 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 lift. That's what I do. Oh, this is pretty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. All right, what time are we at? Okay, we're good. We're gonna do one more after this and do one with a number. And I need to do one more pearl one. Let's end it with a pearl, and we'll do this. And then you guys, you know what I'm gonna do is I will do a video just on, let's just make a bunch of wax seals for like an hour. Just wax seal like crazy. Because I do want to show you guys using some of your stamps. Okay? And it doesn't ruin your stamps. I mean, I'm not responsible if your stamps get ruined, but it hasn't ruined my stamps. So, all right, is this, that's still kind of hot. All right, we're just waiting for that to cool down. Let's cool down. Okay, let's try to remove it. There we go. So go through your button stash, and if you have some metal buttons like this, that'd be fabulous. You know, you could even do it with your plastic buttons. Try it. If you have some cool plastic buttons, I'm sure it'll work. There we go. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. You know what? This might be gorgeous on the back of this envelope too. To make it look like you're sealing them up. And what I do is I just use hot glue to glue my seals on. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So do I like that better or do I like the white better? You know what? Because it's more of a vintagey, shabby chic. What's vintage? This journal I'm working on, it's called She's So Vintage. I don't know which one. I'm still thinking the white might look the best. I think. All right, let's pour this out. And this is going to be a marbleizing. Huh, that color kind of overtook the... All right, what do we want to use? We'll do the key. I just want to have something. Is this the one I want to use? Let's just do it. All right, we're going to use this one next. All right, so let me pour the rest of this out, and we're going to do one more white one, and we'll end this, and then we're going to put everything together that we made, okay? This is awesome. I didn't know if I could get this video done in an hour and a half with everything that we were going to do. We had all these little steps, but we did it. We're going to be right at an hour and a half. Okay, so let's put this back on. I have that pearl there. I want to add just get a little bit more. Just a little bit. Okay. And you know, let's cut these up a little bit more. I'm going to cut these up a little bit smaller. And then this way they'll probably melt a little faster. So I just took a little size and cut it up into 3s. I think that'll be a little bit better. And then we're going to make this one. Yeah, I'm excited. After doing this, I want to... Temu has these for like... I think they even have like... I can't remember. I had ordered a bunch, but I hadn't pushed the button to buy them. So I have them in my little queue. And I think you could even get... Maybe it was even a better price. I think you could get like one of these with 3 different designs for like $2.50, maybe $3. Something like that. I can't remember. Temu had a good deal. So... But actually, as far as the wax... Hobby Lobby has the best deal on the wax right now on clearance. So pick yourself up a bunch of those waxes. The sticks, they're going to be clearancing. I saw it on someone's thing. They have a light baby pink, so I definitely want to get that too. The store I went to didn't have any pink. The store I went to had the Hobby Lobby I went to had this pearl, which I've never seen before. And this, I think this one here. And they had this copper color. Then they had like a gray, which I already had a lot of gray, so I didn't need that. All right, is this cooled off yet? All right. There we go. Is that a hole in the middle? I hope not. Making sure that it's still kind of warm. Let's let that cool off just a little bit longer. And then what do we got going here? Is this all heated up? Yeah, this is good. And then this is yeah, this is it. So let's pour this one out. Let's put this on. That one's going to be a little odd shaped. Let's do one more because that one, I don't know if I'll end up liking it because the shape is weird. It's weird. So I don't know if I'll end up liking it or not. Oh, what am I doing? Let me use the Tim Holtz scissors, so much faster. So if you're wondering if you should buy these, if you see them on clearance, yeah, you should buy them even at regular price. That's how good these scissors are. Look, I was trying to use my regular scissors to cut this. I couldn't get through it. I used my Tim Holtz, you guys saw. I just went right through it. So definitely get those Tim Holtz ones in your life. If you can find these at half price, even if they're not half price, I would get these. Because you can cut wire, you can cut so much stuff. You can cut chipboard, just everything. I've used those even around my house for cutting things. Oh, you know, like hard plastic, when you're trying to cut through plastic that's really, really thick, it cuts right through it. That packaging that's driving you nuts and you can't get open, use it. You'll love it. All right, this is probably cooled off here. Yep. Yeah, and when this is cooled off, look how much easier it comes off the mat. So really wait for this to cool down. This is pretty. It has a little bit of the pearl white that was left in the thing. Beautiful. I love it. And I may end up loving this one right here. That's a little bit off. All right, I'm going to pause you guys for just a second because we got to let this one cool down, and this one is taking a while to melt. So let me just pause this real quick. Okay, so I've put out, I would say something. Be careful when you move this little oven thing. It is hot. The whole wooden part's hot. The whole damn thing is hot. I just burnt myself a little bit. Not too bad, but just be careful. Like, take something like this and push it over, and be careful because the wax is going to spill. So you know I spilled wax all over my mat, but we're okay. Okay, so this is how the one turned out. Remember I told you it was kind of like a weird shape? I still love it. Okay? And then this is the one that I just did last of all. Remember we were waiting for that to melt, and I took you guys off so you didn't have to sit there and watch it melt. That's this one. Isn't that beautiful? Let's try this on the back of this and see how much. Oh, yeah. Do I like this big old one like that? That's fabulous. That's what we're going to put there. Oh, you know what I need to do? I don't know why I didn't already have this done. Darn it. I need to get my hot glue gun heated up. Because that's how I glue. That's how I glue on the, you know, I don't know if I am going to use that one. That's how I glue on my wax seals. Now, in the olden days, when they really did not have, you know, self-sticking envelopes, they poured it right onto the envelope and then put that on there. Okay, but we just make a bunch of wax seals and ready to go. I'm just trying to think if I want that big old one, or if I want to do this one that's kind of odd shaped, or do I want to do this one here with the cross? Do I want that one? Do I want this one that's kind of odd shaped? You know what? I kind of like this one that's all odd shaped. I think it looks, we're going with that. Okay. So first thing all we need to do is we need to go ahead. So these are the two things we're going to add on, okay, that we've made. Let me just scoot all this stuff over. So we have room to work. There's all of our beautiful wax seals that we've made. Okay. All right. So the first thing we want to do is we want to stamp this, okay, with our postal stamp. Now, like I said, you don't have to have a post stamp. Whatever you have is what you can do. Okay, guys? I'm going to use this ink pad. I'm using this right here, like this cocoa color. If you don't have a postal stamp, use whatever. You could use all script, like if you have a script stamp. If you have a message that you want to put on there, put a message on there. Good, I'm going to make a whole bunch of these, and some of them I'm going to put like a message. Like, look, let me show you just for example. Like this stamp. Once in a while, right in the middle of an ordinary life, love gives us a fairy tale. Wouldn't that be beautiful stamped on there? You could stamp this on there. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, so you can use any of your stamps. Even this bingo card. Look how cool that would be on the front of this. Yeah. Okay. You get the point. Y'all get the point. Okay. Now let's stamp this on here. And I always press down and leave it for just a second because you need to give time for the ink to sink into the paper. I already learned that. I thought, oh, I know how to stamp, and I do, but one time someone said that and I thought, you know what, that's smart. Give it a little time. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Look how beautiful that looks. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, the next thing I want to do, I want to take this. I'm going to use black ink. I love that number. I love that idea of putting that little number in the corner. So let me get some black ink here. Stamps and stencils are something, especially when they're on clearance or on sale, pick them up. I always, because they're things that you can just use over and over and over again. Look how cool this looks. And I love that it's not super, because I used the dark brown on here. If I would have used black, it would have been more bold. But I like it because it looks a little bit faded. I love this in the dark part of it. So, do what you like. But this is what I like. Okay, I just got that black ink on my nails. Okay, wiped it off. Next thing, let's go ahead and put our stamp up here in the corner. Look how fabulous that's going to be. Love it. Okay, so let's use our glue stick. Is this one? Yeah, this is a good one. A little piece of paper. So I'm using my Yoo-Hoo glue stick, and I still put a ton of glue on. Especially in the summer here in Las Vegas, glue and different things dry a lot faster because it's so hot here. It's been between 115 and 120 for like a straight month here in Las Vegas. It's been horrific. It finally cooled down yesterday and today. We're at 104. Is that insane that I'm calling 104 cooling down? That's still horrible. I know, it's still horrible, but it's better than 115 to 120. It's been insane. I've had some, hopefully they come back, but I've had 4 rose bushes, and I've been watering every day. 4 rose bushes look like they're going to die. Hopefully not. Okay, look how fabulous we're looking so far. Isn't that cool? You can even take the front of this and do a whole collage on this, okay? I'm definitely going to probably do that. Especially if you make clusters. You can put a cluster on top of here. You can do whatever you want. You could do a collage on here. That would be fabulous. Okay, there's so many ways to decorate these. And then this, I'm going to put right on the back of here like that. I'm going to use my hot glue. Hopefully my hot glue is, okay, good. Ready to go, and it is. I'm going to put this right here. Oh, let me show you really quickly how you prepare the envelope. I didn't show you that. Okay, so here's an envelope. What you want to do is, once you've coffee dyed it, that stickiness is gone, right? So take your glue stick and let's glue this shut. I'm going to show you how to prepare your envelope. Lots of glue. Use whatever glue you want. This is what I'm using. My glue stick. You know what? Let's just take this and put that back in there so I'm not wasting any of the glue. Alright. Glue this shut. Okay. And then let's take whatever. You take a butter knife is one of the best things to use, but I don't think I have a butter knife in here. So I'm just going to take the edge of my scissors, because you want a pretty much clean cut to make the pocket, right? So just take your scissors and just go like this. there we go. So now it's like a pocket, right? And you know what I like about this one? When I was coffee dyeing, oh, this is another thing. When you make that coffee solution that I was telling you about, after about, especially if you're drying it outside, here it'll be drying 20 minutes, maybe 15. Go out after 10 minutes and start flopping things, because it's a little bit sticky until it dries, and it will stick to your pan and stick to each other. So kind of go out, however they're drying, whether inside or outside, after 10 or 15 minutes, kind of fold them, just flop them around so they don't stick to each other. But because it's stuck, look, I have a rip, but that even adds to the vintage and grunginess of it all. So that's how you prepare your envelope, okay? And then you still have this sealed right here, so that's where you'll put your wax seal. Okay, glad I showed you that. And this is glued down now, so look how beautiful that is. Isn't that yummy? That's the front. And so now we're just gonna take our tags and stuff and put it in here. So that's it. Okay, so what do we got? We got this right here. This is that cabinet card I made. And I'm going to do a video on how to make cabinet cards. And I still have to put that label on here at the bottom that says, like, Belle's Photography, and then put the city. And I'm going to put Paris, France. Isn't that what it is, Paris, France? If I said it wrong, but I believe it's Paris, France. Okay, there's that. And then, I love this. This was just a little bird that I found, and I just kind of layered stuff. There we go. Then this right here, let me show you how to make this really quick. I know we're going over time, but we'll be fine. You guys will be fine watching for an hour and 45 minutes, right? Because this video right here could have been 3 videos. Look how much stuff we just made. So how you make these little pockets, it's so simple, and I think it's worth showing you. I've showed before on my channel. So you just take a book page, any size, you fold this over here like this. I learned these from Leslie Willowhouse Junk Journals. I think that's the name of her channel. And she learned it from somebody else. Anyway, so you fold it like that. Then you fold this going up like this. Isn't this fabulous? And then you take your glue stick and you just put the glue right here at the top, like this. Just at the top there. And then go like that. Now, you can leave this open here, which really helps you to shove a lot of stuff in there. But if you need this closed, like this one, I closed it because I needed to close it because my button card was a little heavy and it kept falling out. But if not, you can just leave this open and you can really shove a bunch of stuff in there. So you can either glue this shut here or not, okay? And that's how you make these. Aren't these fabulous? They're so quick and easy. And then you can shove this into another pocket, okay? Like we're gonna do right now. So it's like a little pocket that you're gonna put into another pocket. Okay, so then we have these button cards. I'll do a video on how to make the button cards. I don't even know if I need to make a video on button cards, but we will. And so I'm going to put the button card in here. I'm also going to put this in here, like, or maybe, let's put this in here. Look how nice that looks together, the whole little pack. And we'll put that in here. So look how nice this is looking. We have like all this stuff. And then let's put this little card in here. And we'll put this little thing in here. And we'll put this in here. I just want those little gross little faces just to be peeking out. And then this is a library card. I had a bunch of these and I was down to my last 1 or 2 of them. So I just made copies on cardstock. And then I put 4 on it. I think I was down to my last 4. So I put 4 on a page. So I always have these library cards. And then I took a stamp. It was a Tim Holtz stamp, which I love. I bought these at regular price from HSN because they're so fabulous. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And stamp this with this. And we'll put this in here somewhere. Just trying to keep All right, just a second. I'm just stacking all this in here. Okay, maybe we'll go this way with it. Yeah. There we go. And then we have this too. And we'll just go like that. And then this way, my little girls, I want my little girls sticking up. Little precious babies. Isn't this just so fun? I am obsessed. Okay, and that's what the back looks like. And here's our other one. And if you want to, just like we did, you could tie a little piece of lace, or, you know, like a little strip of sheets or fabric that you make into a little ribbon, or regular ribbon, or you can just leave them like this, whichever you want to do. And I almost think I like them better without the twine. So for these ones, I'm going to leave just like this. So you guys, let me know how you guys like this video. Join our group. It's called Our Magical Little Place. There's a clickable link in the, it's a Facebook group. There's a clickable link in the description box. And it's called Our Magical Little Place. And if you make these, definitely show us. But if you junk journal, art journal, knit, crochet, I don't care what you do, come share with us. Get inspired. If you have an Etsy shop, if you have a YouTube, you can leave links. What else was I gonna say? Oh, also, I make printables, and I just created a set of printables called She's So Vintage. And I know we didn't really go over those today, but you can go check that out. That's in my Etsy shop. Just to kind of show you something quickly, these are what my printables look like. Aren't that pretty? Just so vintage. I'll show you just a couple of them, just so you get an idea, so you kind of know. Aren't those pretty? These are vertically done for the tall skinny journals, which you can use this on the regular horizontal, but I also have things printed out horizontally just to make real simple, quick, see, here's the ones horizontally, so that you can just fold them like this. And then these ones you can fold like this for the taller journals. And you can always cut these up and put these into the journals that you fold in like horizontally into signatures. This is just to show you what my stuff looks like. You can go check that out. Every 5 pages is $2. And my Etsy shop is called My Fairy Treasures, and there'll be a clickable link below. Okay, you guys, that's it. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Let me just make sure you guys are seeing these. All right. Bye, guys.